Hello, people. We are live at the Eagle Online Studio. And if you did not know, let us be the first to tell you that voting is going on in the US now. By the 6th, or even before then, we are going to know who the next president of the United States is. Like the next president of the world. We are going to know. I hope you've been following the charts, and it looks like from our last check, it was looking like Kamala is stopping the votes, but don't get too excited. Anything can still happen. So, what do you think, Oyema?
Well, I don't even know why we always talk about the United
Have
States
you?
election, why they don't talk about our election. But yeah, like she said, don't get too excited because the United States run their own elections differently for how we run it. Although we
Yeah.
practice the same type of government, but it's different.
Okay, so he mentioned that it is different. Yes, we both practice democracy, but their system of choosing who wins an election is different.
Right.
It's different in the sense that let's take them back to when Donald Trump first became president, when he had the election against
Hillary
Hillary
Clinton.
Clinton. Yes,
Right.
actually, Hillary Clinton had more votes. She had more majority votes. Yes, she
Yeah, by
had
popularity.
yes, her votes were actually almost 3 million more than
Over.
more than Trump's vote. But because they have an electoral college,
Right.
and everything comes down to that electoral college, they decide, and that electoral college, it just consists of about a little
500,
over 500 people. Yeah,
yeah, 538 to be precise.
exactly. But they are the one who decides the the fate of the contesting participants. So they do another election in the electoral college, and it's whoever wins that election that is ultimately the winner of the overall election. And that is how Trump got to win. So it wasn't like he had majority votes. Hillary Clinton actually had majority votes. So that's why I was saying that don't get too excited. And besides, not everyone has voted yet, but
Right.
over 80 million people have voted, but there's still some people to vote. But even at that, when it all comes down to it, we still have the electoral college to contend with.
Finalize it.
And I'm not even sure I understand that part. I don't understand why that should be. But it
Well,
seems to be working for them.
I mean, it has always been in existence.
Mm.
It's I find it funny because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like you can win the people, but you can't win the White House.
It's funny.
So
You
you,
imagine.
you can as well just win people and not win the White House.
So
But
where's the democracy in that?
well, it's a borrowed system. We borrow democracy from them.
Mm.
So if you want to do that, then because I mean, it happens here in Nigeria too. There are some states that we wait for to that that once these
Oh,
people come
that's
in their
true.
numbers.
Yes.
So I mean, and it's not just one place. So they divided it into seven. Like they have seven states, although there are 50 states in the United States, but they divided it into seven. These states I wrote them down, namely Arizona. Arizona has 11 electoral votes. Georgia has 16. Michigan has 15. Nevada has 6. North Carolina has 16. Pennsylvania has 19 and Wisconsin has 10. So with these seven major states,
Mm-hmm.
or without these seven major states, all their votes are null and void. I'm not saying their votes are not like there, but they need this electoral college, like she mentioned, to
Mm-hmm.
finalize it. And for this year, you guys should keep your hopes up and fingers crossed. So by December 17th, we'll be having the United States 47th president in a row. So yes, let me know who you think would be winning this election because by their campaign, Trump has been making a lot of, I would not call them threats, but I think he knows what the Americans like and do not
Hmm.
like because he has been going off about security, immigration, job opportunities, and all that. But I was having a conversation with somebody, and this person, he's a traveler. He has touched down a lot of places, and he brought to my attention how a lot of these indigenous Americans are very lazy, but then they complain about no jobs. Because if you notice, these immigrants go to these states and countries to, make
Seek for job.
yeah,
Mm.
and if you check and balance it very well, you see that most of these immigrants are the reasons why they have very good economy
Yeah,
system
true.
than where they are coming from. Because they go in search of greener pastures, and when you find something close to greener pasture, you put in work. So me personally, I would say Donald Trump is going to win. It's my own opinion. I would like to
Mm-hmm.
know your opinion as to why. Because one, Donald Trump is allegedly a racist. He
Hmm.
says a lot of racist stuff.
Hmm.
In one of his interviews, he said he's going to shut down the border and not let the Latinos come
Hmm.
in to sell
It's the
drugs.
only
Yeah,
Latinos is going to,
he gave
even
a complete
blacks.
breakdown. Yes, he gave a
Hmm.
complete breakdown, making it seem like as though the blacks are like the problem of America. So if you can do that to your country, and if you check, most white people are racist. Not all. My words were most. So are racist. So yeah, he knows what the people like, and I think he's doing that. What do you think?
Hmm. Well, at this point, it's looking like this election now is a black versus white thing, you know.
Right.
Yes, because Kamala is black, and then of course Trump is white. And Kamala is she fought hard to be where she is because she's like the first black woman to attain that kind of position. Hillary Clinton came, but she wasn't black, but she's black. So she's representing, it's looking like she's representing the blacks. And they are, what would I call it, their agenda or programs, or what they stand to, what they claim that they are going to do is so different. Their system is so different because as Trump is saying now that he's going to close borders, we know Trump is, okay, allegedly racist. He doesn't like blacks, he doesn't like immigrants, he's going to close borders and all that. And but Kamala on the other side is, she's going to be doing a lot of programs and reforms that are going to favor, the blacks and
Yeah.
the immigrants, Asians, because she's partly Indian,
Right.
background. So she's going to be doing a lot of things that are going to favor that. But there's just one reason why I may just say, okay, Trump, I don't mind Trump being there because we know that Trump is against what do we call it, LGBTQ. You don't know.
But it's been signed into law already now. So
No,
him
but
being against it
Trump
is
is still against. He's against it. He's against it. He's not. If you listen to him very well and watch, he's against all those gayism and all that. But Kamala, on the other hand, is not. In fact, is I've seen a lot of. I don't know if it's propaganda or no, but I've seen a lot of funny videos that has been alleging that Kamala is even actually, she was actually male.
what? This AI people, are you people be
Allegedly,
back?
I don't know if it's AI. They said she was formerly male,
Right.
and she transgendered into a female. Then all sorts of this funny. You might not take it
To heart,
seriously
yeah.
because there was a time that they said Obama's wife too is a transgender. So but when you begin to look at stuff like that, you see that, okay, she's actually lenient on that part. So just for that reason, I might say, okay, Trump, because I know if Trump gets there, it's going to be hard on, even though you say he's been signed into law and all that, but he's not really into all these gay, all those reform, all these even what's it called? All these abortion laws and all that. It's not really,
Right.
you know. So the reality on ground is that if Trump gets in, he's going to favor the whites and people like him. But if Kamala comes in, she's going to favor the black. So
Yeah,
that is where we are now.
I'm going to look at it from this angle. Why the whites are mostly going to like vote for him. One, like I said before, he's racist. So
Mm-hmm.
these people, you see them being racist, broad daylight. They tell you go back to your country. Go.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? And then he has ruled before in 2016.
Yeah.
So
So to
him,
me, it looks like it's coming back with the vendetta.
well, yes, but when he ruled the first time, he gave them a lot of benefits like EDD. He gave the citizens money
Hmm.
like to like support them. He was just giving back to the society, making them less, or should I say, giving them less manpower because people did not want to work anymore.
Was that really manpower? Exactly what I was. Was that really manpower, or just making them more lazy?
That's what I'm saying,
Because
like less manpower
they are
because
complaining that they don't want immigrants in their country. They don't want blah blah blah. But there is the immigrants that are doing the work. You say you don't want the blacks. It's the blacks that are doing the work.
yeah, I mean they work too, but it's not as much as the
Not as
immigrants
much now
because
because they rely so much on these benefits they collect from the government. Is it in Nigeria here that which benefit are you
and
collect? You will not work. So we go with that mindset over there, and we just want to work for, and that's why you see some people, they will leave Nigeria, then go abroad, and they are doing like 2, 3 jobs, 4, 5 jobs just to earn all the money and make ends meet. Meanwhile, someone who is an indigenous of the country is just sitting there waiting for the next paycheck from the government. You know,
Right. If you fact check this before he left power or seat, he had a very strong, good economy system. The economy was working perfect before Joe Biden came, and things started falling apart. They started
yeah,
buying
I
gallon
have
for six
my
dollar.
reservations for Joe Biden. I'm not going to say
So
anything,
I
but
mean, they've seen him work. They haven't seen Kamala yet, so they would want that again because, like I said before he left, they had a very good structural system that was like favoring them. The Americans were ahead in their own voice. Compared to Joe. Baba Joe that was like falling.
only at every
Yeah,
opportunity.
you know. So
But
yeah.
then if Trump's reign was I'm calling reign was controversial and
I mean, if
what
you
will I
ask me,
even call
that's
it,
how.
chaotic?
But that's how a president should be. You should be
Really.
seen. If there's anything I like Trump for, one, he gives his speech offhand. I've never seen Trump with a placard reading off a note before. Maybe they go for all these, pre-speech where they teach you how to give speeches, but he
Does
gives.
that Trump look like someone that can be taught something?
I mean, you don't judge a book by its cover, but for a man like Trump, that is a very well-to-do man, like a very well-to-do person that wants to
Exactly.
venture, and he knows how to address people. For any slight incident that happens, you see Trump on your screen. Compared to where we are, that a situation has to happen, and then we get to see the number one, months after the. I'm sure
If
you
you
know what
see
I'm
him
talking
at
about.
all.
I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. For example, take the incident with the protest and all. People kept on clamoring for protest. There was no, oh, you keep
Have you
calm.
no
You
address
know,
from the
we're handling things. Rather, we're getting threats from left, right, and
Hmm.
center.
True.
So if there's anything I like about Donald, that is it.
Mm.
He attends to matters. When he was in power, the system was working. But I mean, you cannot just over like somebody. There's always these traits that makes them human, and that's where
Yeah.
the racism comes in.
Excesses.
Yeah, racism, him saying we're taking their job, the security. But I mean, if it works for them, then that's fine.
How will it work for them? That's just what I wanted to say. That does it want to work for them? Do they want to, if they now decide that okay, they want to chase all the immigrants away from their country, how are they going to be?
Well, he said in one of these interviews that was granted, that he granted that he's going to close their border full time.
Imagine.
I mean, I think we had a conversation with somebody today, and the person made mention of how we have all our natural resources.
True, really, true.
So,
Because if we decide to concentrate and really work on our country, work on it like we mean business and we want this to work, it will actually work. But then everybody's just looking for a way out and everybody's about my own head or my own family or my own.
so if you look at it from this angle, from the angle of him closing the border, now the white folks have to work because now
Exactly. The
these
wife.
externals are not coming in, and who's going to do your job for you? You have to do it yourself.
Exactly.
So there
And then the
is.
people running everywhere, they have to stay here. Although maybe they'll not start looking for other countries to go to do.
I mean, well, Canada is there.
Exactly. Canada
Canada
is
always
already
knows.
complaining.
Well, I don't. I think they want to regulate the ones
Yeah.
they've had
Mm,
before bringing in other people. So
mm,
yeah, that works too. So I would like to know what their opinions are, and
yeah.
I strongly believe she wants Kamala to win. So
It would be nice.
have a first black female president.
Yes, that would be nice because it would pave way for a lot of things. So that would actually be nice.
When you say things like what?
Like, female. Like,
Oh
okay, first woman president, black.
yeah,
And then we can take it up from there. And then those, other people, other women, black women coming into politics, say, okay, it is actually possible, it is
possible, right?
attainable. Okay, so if she can do it, I can do it as well,
Yeah,
and
making the bill 50-50 now.
duh,
Right.
that's not part of what we are talking
Oh,
about.
I thought you meant like
No,
making the
that's
result
no,
of. Oh,
no.
okay.
It will shock you to know that she's probably not even doing 50-50, even though she's vice president. And her husband is, because her husband too has money now. So she might not, I'm sure they are not even doing 50-50. I've told you, stop saying this 50-50 thing.
You haven't told me that before.
Okay, I'm telling you now on national TV.
All right. So, my people,
That this 50-50 advocacy, it just makes you look like less of a man that you are.
Okay, guys,
Yes.
you heard her. It makes you look like a lesser man.
I'm talking to you. So
Me,
don't, yes.
I'm not doing 50
You
50.
are not doing 50, but you keep saying it every
No, you
time.
mentioned something. That's why I mentioned this
I
thing.
mentioned something, I didn't mention 50-50. You're the one that went into 50-50 line.
So,
So
guys,
stop advocating what you are not doing for them.
I'm not advocating.
You are like
You said it to pay me for a
you
lot
always,
of things,
but
right?
not. Did I mention 50-50?
It could
50
be.
50
It
50
could be
it's not
inclusive.
even part of, it's not it's not part of it. I mean, interestingly, it's not even that you can't even do the 50-50.
You guys can.
Of course we can.
Okay, you know what?
And there are lots of women who are even doing 70-80-20. 80-20, 70-30. But they are just not speaking up. So stop making it seem like it's an impossibility, or that we are not, or we can't do it, or whatever. Okay. It's just that we don't want to take your headship from you. But if you have decided that you want your headship taken from you, cool. We do 50-50.
Okay. We'll create a platform for this where we have this conversation. So until then, we would like to hear from you.
Please let us know in the comment section who you are advocating for, who you want to be.
Or what do you think generally about this?
And if you are one of those that are planning to japa, well, it might be a little too late right now, because the election is already upon us. But if you have your visa, it might be.
It's never too late though.
You might quickly go there before Trump will close up borders.
Depending on your reason for traveling, because now it's going to be very, very strict.
Yeah, very strict.
So yeah, you have to have a very concrete reason as to why you want to travel. Please let us know what you think about the American election compared to wherever you are. You can be in the States, Africa, wherever, Asia, wherever you are. Tell us how you carry out your own elections. We'll be glad to welcome that. Well, I remain your co-host.
Sorry. Can I even chip in something? It just occurred to me now. Do you know that these people now, the US, they are voting online?
Yeah, they do. They practice it.
When are we going to get to that?
Because they don't. We can do that.
Yeah. Yes.
So apparently,
we said we can. Of course, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. We can do all things. We can. I said, when are we going to? There are a lot of things that we can do. We can make our refineries work. We can have steady lights. We can have a rich economy. We can have all these things. But when? That's what I mean. So I know we can.
This is
when can we ever get to that point?
This is what I like to do before jumping into something that looks classy or well defined, right? I like to check the pros and cons of these things. Because yes, it's okay to have a electronic voting system where we just vote through our thumbprint online and
everybody goes home. No fighting, no killing.
That can be rigged as well, and that rigging is very, very, should I say, optimal, because now you don't even know it has been rigged. The kind of system we practice, when it's rigged, you see it broad daylight, you see it, cameras carry it. So once we still do pencil, biro. But them, they can just glitch the system and put up a number there. You don't know if it was rigged or not. So before we get into that,
that's a point. Let's
check the pro and cons first. It's very good. It's faster once you do it. It's printed up there.
Uploads, yeah.
But then again, what if? Check the what ifs, because I'm sure if you use social media, there are days you just wake up and your Instagram starts to malfunction, your WhatsApp don't open, your Facebook, all that. So it shows that somebody is in charge or in control of these things. So if this person has been bribed or is being biased, he wants this person to win rather than this person, they'll put the figures they want us to see. So we have no choice. But here in Nigeria, once you steal ballot box, we know you steal ballot box. And
rigging is rigging regardless. Everybody rigs.
So I mean, it might not be very well managed here, but I mean, it works for us, even if it doesn't necessarily work.
I hear you. Okay, so don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles as well. I'm sure he has told you to like this video and also subscribe so that you can get notifications for our future videos.
Yep. So let us know what you think, my guys.
Yes.
She remains your host. Tiwa says your pleasure coach at all costs. And
at all costs.
At all costs. At all costs. Whatever pleasurable desire you have, please ensure you indulge in our YouTube channel, because I watch our videos because they are very educative.
Do you watch them?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, sure.
You can ask my partner. how pleasurable I am.
I don't know your partner.
Well, moving on to the content of today. Yes, so engage in our videos. Like she said, subscribe. I broke my leg, so I'll need a sub. So
Hmm.
subscribe.
This your leg that broke. It has not been fixed all these
Well,
days.
guys, you know that what I mean. So we leave it at that for now. Until next time. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.